Hey Geeks, welcome to another episode of GeekastX. I'm Sean.
I'm Jake.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Sebastian.
And today we are bringing you a special episode. This is going to be our season finale. We're going to go on a little break and then come back, but don't worry, while we're on break, I'm sure we'll have a couple specials because, there's the Jurassic Park movie coming out, and we'll probably want to cast about that and whatnot.
Doctor Who comes out in August.
Oh, yeah, it does. That's pretty cool, too. We're supposed to have a full crew. I was really excited, but I guess Ronnie can't make it for some reason. She might jump in later. I don't know. Other than that, let's do some quick plugs. You can check us out on iTunes under GeekastX. We're also on YouTube under GeekastX and on Facebook /GeekazoidOfficial. It's spelled with an X. Don't forget the X. We're also on Twitter. Jake, what's your Twitter?
At All at Stake, Jake.
All right, and then Sebastian's also there under
at Barker Studios.
All right. I think that. Oh, we're also on nerdoverload.com /authors /GeekastX. Let's get right into it, guys. I was going to start off with a question. Have you guys heard anything about the rumored, I guess they're calling it Phase 2 of Marvel's Netflix universe?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
I heard it from you.
Yeah, so we got...
Phase 1 even over yet?
Well, no, not yet, but they've already announced, supposedly, I haven't seen anything official, but allegedly the rumor is we're going to have The Punisher, Ghost Rider, Blade, and I can't remember if there was another one.
No, those are the three.
There's just the three? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
because they've been out of the movies for long enough that they said.
Yeah,
that
right.
It'd
The
be time
contract's
for-
wrapped, or
Yeah.
lapsed.
Yep.
Cool. And the reason I bring that up is because
Second.
we just hit 666 likes on our Facebook page. Woohoo for us.
We're evil.
Yeah, well, yeah, because of that, I was thinking about Daredevil on Netflix and how they just announced the second wave, and I'm really excited about Blade and how what is it, Ghost Rider,
Ghost
but
Rider.
the Punisher I'm not really big on that.
Really? You're not really
I
excited
think-
for that one?
No, because I feel like the Punisher doesn't really have that
But
as of a story, you know what I mean?
Right, but in Marvel's hands, I think with the Netflix model, it will play like Daredevil.
Yeah, they showed
Hopefully.
they showed they could really be gritty and like
on that
have a
wood.
good
But
story.
But that's in
as
the
well.
movies, and in the movie, you got one shot to tell how he gets pissed off because somebody kills his family, and then he just guns everyone down. But that's not really a story. That's not really character development.
The one I think you
Yeah,
the one we should be worried about is Ghost Rider. Not
Really?
only-
I thought he would be the best.
Well, you got to think effects budgets on a Netflix model. I mean, unless they're doing like 5 episodes.
dude,
could look-
Netflix,
it could
they're
look
all owned by Disney. They can shell that out if they
Yeah,
really
Disney-
want to do Ghost Rider.
Disney won't do it. Disney will look at it. It's actually Marvel will say to Disney, "Hey, we want to do this," and they'll be like, "No, we're up. We're doing Star Wars over here." I don't know. I don't honestly, in my opinion, I don't think Disney would shell out the money. They'd be like, "Go to Netflix, talk to them."
But check
I'm
out.
sure Netflix would do it.
Netflix would do it.
I know, right? That's
Netflix is
look at the special effects that they have on like Supergirl and stuff. Those are really good.
But Digital Fire, guys, is you can walk a line between real and what happened. It could look.
I don't know. That's the one.
Back to
That's the one I'm most excited
Punisher,
for.
though. Back to the Punisher. Can anybody name like a side character for the Punisher?
I only know
Like,
that he's a
side
villain,
character?
Jigsaw,
Like, yeah, that's the only guy I can think of.
and his
Like,
name is
what's
Frank.
that?
All I know is his
That-
name is Frank Castle.
What's that one guy that was like Mr. Pretty or so, his face looks like a meat?
That's Jigsaw.
Is
Yeah.
that Jigsaw? Yeah, that's all. That's
And
all
then
I really got.
I feel like Ghost Rider will kind of play the same as Daredevil in the fact where I don't know, you won't see his head on fire until the last episode.
Maybe.
That'd be
But
interesting.
that's like,
I don't
how would
think
that
I don't
work?
think Blade would be very good.
Yeah, because they already did a Blade TV show on Sci-Fi. Remember?
Yeah.
I can't remember who
yeah.
played Blade though. Wasn't it? I don't know. Anthony Anderson.
It was
or something?
Sticky Fingers.
Who's Sticky Fingers?
Sticky Fingers
From
played.
From where?
He's a rapper named
Oh.
Sticky Finger. Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
should get Wesley Snipes again to play him.
I mean, I'm sure he needs the money. So.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm more interested in that, yeah, because vampires are awesome, and look how successful like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel have been.
But are people gonna think it's just like another vampire show? Because that would be
Well,
awful.
I'm sure they'll put their own twist on it. I mean, like,
I'm gonna think it's just another vampire show.
I don't know.
There's too many. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. There's too many vampire properties out there.
Like Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going. That's like going south now. Finally.
We all know what the best vampire property was, though, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Without a doubt.
The Lost Boys.
Being human. What?
Oh.
I was gonna go old school Universal and say Dracula.
It's my
Didn't
boy
know where
Sam.
you were going.
My boy Sam Witwer.
My voice.
Sean, I was there with you the whole way.
Oh my gosh, I know, right? Oh, I love that show so hard. It was so good. Their vampires were really interesting.
Speaking of Sam Witwer,
What about him?
Make a great dark
he's
claw.
here tomorrow.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Columbus tomorrow. Too bad I can't go see him
Nope.
because I hate.
Is that like a gaming table expo?
Yeah, I was really confused
at
about that.
Origins.
I don't play board games, so I was like,
Yeah, I'm not really.
I guess
not-
I'd go and
Why
do
is-
and hang
I
out.
dabble
Does he
tabletop occasionally. That's
Sebastian, didn't you say his girlfriend does that or something? Maybe.
I think he's dating Chloe Dykstra, who is the daughter of John, who was the visual effects supervisor on the first Star Wars.
Oh,
Fun trivia fact. But yeah, they're dating, and I think she's kind of big into that Felicia Day world, that sect of the internet, that they're all into that stuff, Will Wheaton kind of thing. And,
Will Wheaton.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Will Wheaton.
But yeah, I had like a bunch of
Felicia
questions.
Day is awesome though.
I had a bunch of questions in mind that I wanted to ask him because I've been waiting like for this forever, and then it happens, and then
Yeah, I almost tweeted, because Chloe tweeted that she was going to be here, this weekend, and I almost tweeted about you, Sean, and say, listen, my friend is, a huge fan of Sam's. Can we work out like a photo? I don't know. What can we do?
If you can take a picture of yourself with your arm in the air, I can Photoshop myself in there. It's what I do
Yes.
for a living. Not my hobby. I don't want people to listen to this like, oh, so you like to fake photos with people? No, I Photoshop photos for a living. But yeah, I think I was like so excited when I was literally when I read it online that he was going to be in Columbus. I got so excited and I'm like, yes, finally, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna meet Sam Witwer. I'm gonna ask him a million questions and all that stuff and totally geek out. And then because of a couple of just a speeding ticket and like a car repair, my funds ran shorter than I expected and I had to cancel those plans. So, but alas. Next time, I'm sure he's not gonna be like, man, remember that one time I went to Ohio? That sucked. I'm never going there again. I'm sure he'll be back. Just like Jason David Frank.
He'll fall in love with Columbus and come back every year.
Yes. Alright, so.
Like Lou from Rigno.
Yeah, can you not say Ferrigno?
What?
It sounded like you started on the word Ferrigno. Sorry.
No, I'm sick.
Oh, so
I've got that summertime sickness.
Bummer. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's-
let's move on. Have you guys all
Going
seen the
around.
Mission Impossible trailer?
Yes.
See.
What do you guys think of that? I'm excited about
Well-
it. My favorite scene was the one where where he puts his hand on the window and that lets him in.
My favorite scene was when he hangs off a plane.
Oh well, yeah,
Mhm.
obviously that's gonna be. I didn't want to choose the most obvious.
Yep, that was really the only scene I liked. I'm not a big Mission Impossible fan.
Really? I
Yeah.
think
I mean, after the second one, it just kind of got like, okay.
yeah I
Whoa, hold on. Let's stop the train. I disagree with that.
haven't seen the last one. Was it Ghost Recon?
You didn't see
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol?
Ghost Protocol. Sorry, Recon's
Oh,
the
They're-
name.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
they're all pretty
I
good.
own
They're all
that
the ones
movie
where
and
it
I don't even
lacks.
know what it's about.
Sorry, no, I'm not dissing it or digging it. I'm just saying I started to watch it and I never got around to finishing it because I had to do something.
I always fall asleep. Like I seriously, I own that movie and I don't know how it ends.
How do you fall asleep during Ghost Protocol?
I think I saw up until I don't know, Rick breaks out of jail and then
You saw the beginning of the movie?
yeah,
And that was it?
They're in the Kremlin, man.
the Kremlin,
Yeah, the big
Russia.
the big whatever their government building.
That's the Gulag, right?
It's the Kremlin. No, it's the Kremlin.
Remember, they're all afraid of the the gremlins from the Kremlin.
Anyways, Tom Cruise is amazing though.
Yeah,
I think personally.
dude, for a guy as old as he is.
Yeah.
Are you not
I'm not gonna
supposed to
say
see Tom
anything.
Cruise after midnight?
What was that?
I said, are you? Because you were saying the gremlins from the Kremlin, and I said don't feed Tom Cruise after midnight.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Yeah, dude. I will say though, I mean, he is getting up there in years, but he is rocking.
He's like 50 years old.
I know.
This trailer was the first trailer. He's kind of showing his age.
Yeah,
Even though the stunts he's doing are insane, but on his face, like you can tell, like that's a 50-year-old man.
Yeah, like in the scene where like he's looking down into that pool.
Yeah.
Scientology, man.
And that scene where he jumps into the pool, that whole bit, I guess he did in one take without coming up for air. He trained for months for that.
Surprised.
He trained, yeah.
See, that's the thing about Cruise. He when they give him these movies, he just learns how to do whatever they want him to do.
Right.
Him star in a movie about world peace, and he'll just figure out world peace for the rest of us.
Or cure for cancer.
Yeah. Let's make a movie about Tom Cruise, running around, solving cancer, and then all of a sudden we'll have a cure for cancer.
Oh, dude, have you guys ever heard that?
He just learns how to do anything.
Have you heard that one? Have you guys heard? You know Ricky Gervais, right? Have you ever listened to his podcast?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, there's one episode where his friend, Carl Pilkington, has an idea for a movie where Tom Cruise dies, and then this guy who wants to be an actor, is not like he doesn't have the looks for it, but he's like a decent actor. So when Tom Cruise dies, they took his brain, they took the actor's brain, put it in Tom Cruise's body, and then just continue like Tom Cruise never died.
But getting back to the trailer. Getting back to the trailer here, I question that article that I read that he did it all in one breath. Because if you look at the trailer, when he dives down into that hole, and there's about a 5-frame transition where he hits the water,
mm-hmm.
and he goes, you know what I mean? That looks like digital water.
Well, I was thinking, now that you bring that up, I bet the whole first part of it is digital, but once he's in there.
Not once he jumps, not the jump part. There's a part where he's in the water and he's sailing down to wherever he's headed. That looks like digital water.
Oh, okay.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable Mission Impossible in space. Because that's where we have to take it.
Yep,
we have to take it to space.
That'll be the end. But I like the fact that ever since
he's gonna hang off a rocket,
right?
That'd be awesome. What were you saying?
I said I've liked ever since the third one actually tying these together.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's very thin threads. Their own independent stories, but there is a sort of thread that runs through them. And
right, that thread is Tom Cruise.
No, there's more than that.
And Ving Rhames.
That seems to be the big thing
Simon
now.
Pegg.
The big thing now is kind of tying everything together, having continuity and stuff.
Yeah, the whole big overarching universe.
Thank you, Marvel.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of that, do you guys want to move on to the Suicide Squad movie set stuff?
Yeah.
How they're basically leaking
Batman
everything
on the back of the Joker's car.
Yeah.
I question that as Batman. Not Batman. I question that's Ben.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think
it's not Ben. It's totally not Ben.
I think I can see the butt chin. I think that looks like Batfleck.
It's not Ben.
No, it's not Ben.
The body shape is too different than Ben.
Yeah, it's a stuntman. It's not Ben.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Batman's still gonna be
of
the Joker's car.
Right. It's pretty cool.
Everybody
in a movie that's not a Batman movie.
Right. Everybody was reporting though that look, Ben Affleck on the back of the thing. I'm like, that's not Ben.
Yeah. I think the point was it's Batman, and I don't know. I think it looks cool. I'm digging it. I'm digging this continuity stuff that they're doing. Like Marvel, they took the note from Marvel, and they're like, hey, we should take characters from other movies and put them in the other movie to show that they're connected. And I think it's working well for this in a movie that's very heavily peppered with Batman villains.
Can I play sort of devil's advocate to that?
Sure.
Point. I honestly am getting the feeling they may seem like they're doing that, but I think me and you have talked, Sean, about it. They don't have an overall overseer,
they don't have
like
Kevin
Feige. Yeah. So,
yeah, they don't have that end game.
Yeah, so who's to say that they're just like, well, I'll put Batman here, put Joker over there, and they're trying to tie it together.
It feels to me like they're shoehorning Batman in. It feels to me like they're just adding these characters to add them to say that they have them on the list so they can move forward with something. And it's like you guys know in the beginning there's even recordings of me. I was the biggest advocate for this movie. I was all about this movie, Batman versus Superman. It's gonna be awesome. But every little thing that they keep dropping and every little thing that they keep like adding into it.
See, that's the funny thing.
Keep getting back, and I'm like, this looks stupid.
That's the funny thing because Kevin Smith said this, and I'll repeat it. And I agree. They are leaking so much stuff of this movie, like they're not even bothering to hide anything. So like people are like on set taking photos all the time. You can basically piece this movie together in your basement.
Yeah.
I don't really understand that. I mean, I get like social media factor, but it's like, how much of that movie do you really want to know about? Like,
right.
You know, I mean, we're all fans, but
like, they keep saying the surprises are there.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it. Like, the contrast is, I think we've talked about this as well, Sean, or heard it on another podcast, Civil War. Haven't heard anything from that movie.
Oh, we've only seen a couple photos.
You know what I mean? And then now on Suicide Squad, we've pretty much seen the opening sequence.
Right. And maybe.
So what's the play on Warner Brothers? What's their end game with that?
I
feel like
no one knows.
I feel like they're playing that game that Marvel and DC have been playing for years, and it's Marvel does something, DC wants in on it, and they're just like too far behind now because it's movies and it takes years to make them, and they're just so far behind that like they have no choice but to rush all this shit. Like, why? Like, that's just.
You know what's really interesting? Like the cinematic world, Marvel is killing it. The comic and television world, it's DC. But I don't even know if DC Comics are even killing it anymore. They got kind of weird after the whole convergence thing.
But that's the thing. When Jake was saying when Marvel does something, DC copies it. But it seems like with comic books, DC did the New 52, and now Marvel's coming out with another. They did Marvel Now. Now they're coming out with another new thing.
Yeah, the Secret Wars or whatever.
Well, it's supposed to be after that. Called the All New Marvel.
Oh. But yeah, like it's so weird because like DC is killing the television side of it, but Marvel is killing the movies.
In defense of Marvel, like
Marvel's winning. Like they don't need a defense. Like DC
in defense of Marvel, like doing things in the comics, they're under like. I mean, since Disney bought them, like that's like new management for the first time in like 70 years. Like, so I don't know if that's necessarily like Marvel trying to copy off of DC. I think that's people what Disney pushing there.
See, I hear Brian say. I heard Brian say like DC is winning or Marvel is winning or whatever, but I don't really see it as a winning or losing because as geeks, aren't we all winning?
Yeah. But
but they've always had that rivalry.
No, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Right.
I mean, they're right across. Back in the day, they were like right across the street from each other.
Right? Didn't Marvel move to Los Angeles from New York?
No.
You
mean the comic book, or are you talking about the movies?
The comic book.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Have you guys seen the promo images for the all new Marvel stuff?
I have not. I do not have the internet at the moment.
Oh. Well, basically, they released 2 pictures, and they have like, it looks like a new assortment, not new assortment of heroes, but just like different versions of them. Like they have new costumes, but they're part of different teams. It looks like. So it looks like the Thing is part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it looks like X-22 is going to be the new Wolverine, and somehow they have Old Man Logan in there. I don't know if that's like some kind of cross-dimensional riff, and they pull him through or something. Looks like Daredevil has the Shadowland costume on, which looks badass.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I can't think of any others. Doctor Strange is there. He has some kind of battle axe. And then there's
weird.
There's a female Thor is there.
Huh.
I don't have
Jane
the images.
Foster.
Yeah, I can't remember. Why is she blonde? Is that a Thor thing?
Must be.
I don't know, because she has no hair when she reveals herself.
Really? Oh, she has breast cancer.
She has cancer. It's Jane Foster.
Ooh.
Jane's better. Yeah, that's pretty much the big news about Marvel. I can't really think of like the rest of the characters that were in the pictures. You got obviously Iron Man. His outfit looks the same. Yeah. So, do you guys want to go back to Suicide Squad stuff? Like talk about how crappy Killer Croc looks?
I mean, I don't know if we need to talk about that. I think the entire world is in agreement with that.
Okay, alright, moving on. Go on, Jake,
He
what's
looks
up?
like a reject from Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
So leftover.
He looks like he's like a Goomba.
He looks like Dennis Hopper's character.
Yeah.
See, okay, to go back to like the Marvel DC thing, like one thing that like DC has that Marvel really, I mean, maybe they have it a little bit now, but they never really have. Is
My allegiance.
DC has,
My allegiance.
well, nah. DC has they have the legacy where like, you have. Yeah, well, you know how many like the Flashes there are, you know, like
I
you got
gotcha.
Jake Garrick, Barry Allen, Wally West, and I feel like DC should maybe like play up on that a little more than like just shove characters in movies.
I think that's what they're going to be doing for like the TV series, because I think hasn't Flash season 2 confirmed multiple speedsters?
Yeah.
Because you see Jay Garrick's helmet in the season finale.
Right.
Which is cool.
Oh yeah, that was a
Hold
really
on,
good.
you said. You think he's from the future though? Because
No, it's a alternate. It's a alternate universe. It's multiverse.
yeah, but that happened before they opened that little portal. That was when they were sending. That's when Thawne was trying to go back.
I cannot
already
make any
found
assumptions
out.
until I have more information.
We already found out that this season is an alternate timeline.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, who's to say that there aren't so many, like, hundreds of alternate timelines?
Oh my gosh, dude. Jake, that totally clicked in my brain. Remember, like, 4 podcasts ago, we were talking about, like, wait a minute, if Thawne went back and did all this stuff and had to create the, or maybe it was just a phone call, had to create the Flash, like, I don't know, 5 years earlier than it needed to, doesn't that create a new timeline?
Yeah, we agreed on that.
Yeah, so, I mean, I totally forgot about that, so it totally makes sense now that this whole season has been an alternate timeline.
Yep.
My favorite scene in that...
Where does Jake Garrick fit in that?
I don't know. But my favorite scene is when he goes back and he's gonna save his mom, and the other Flash is just like, no. Because he knows what happens for Flashpoint, I guess. Do you remember that? And he waves him, he's like, no, don't help her.
Right.
Let her die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we talked about... Do you guys want to talk about the... Brace yourselves. The Wibbly Wobbly Winter is coming.
Okay. So, yeah. We had a, winter's here. Winter is effing here.
Oh, yeah.
Sure doesn't feel like winter.
We had Game of Thrones, remember?
Teasing.
We had the White Walkers show up. We had the
Who are the White
others
Walkers?
show up. The White Walkers are the army of the dead that is bearing down on Westeros, and they're about to like unleash holy hell.
And
upon
Westeros is like
everybody.
the continent they live on, or country?
Yeah, there's Westeros, Eastros,
North Stros, South Stros?
Nostros, Southstros.
Is that real?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, just Westeros and Eastros. But they have like southern continents and everything, like Bravos and Marine and
Alphas.
all those. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. But yeah, the others are here. We had Jon Snow just cutting down people.
See,
oh my
I heard from another podcast how awesome this episode was. So
it was amazing.
I just YouTubed the scenes where the guy who wanted to kill all the mutants in Days of Future Past has a conversation with the dragon lady, and then I watched the scene where they fight all the zombie-looking dudes.
Yeah, so then you saw the whole thing like at the end where like everybody's laying dead behind him and he's all like rise. And
yeah, that part was really
up.
badass. Yeah.
Oh my! And then they pan out and the entire coast. I mean, like just everywhere you see is just bodies and dead people.
I was surprised. I was surprised to see a giant. I was like, holy
oh yeah,
crap.
no, they're giants. Giants have been on there since season 3.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really
giants
cool.
have been a thing for a while.
Yeah, that was a really interesting fight thing because I'm watching it when Jon Snow, I guess that's the character, was fighting the other that white dude who looks like the prince from Hellboy 2.
Yeah.
Only a little older, and by a little I mean like a lot.
Those guys are like triathletes. Like, did you see him ducking and weaving and diving?
Well, the thing I was gonna say was when he's fighting that white zombie dude, like every time he would pick up a sword, it would shatter.
Yeah, that's his spear has some kind of power, and I don't know if you saw the first guy too. Like he swung his axe and he just shattered it, and then I guess his sword is made of something called Valerian steel. Which did you remember?
I thought it was dragon glass.
No, that's the bag. That's the bag that he kept trying to get that killed them. But Valerian steel is also one of the things. I think it's made with dragon glass, but it's a really old metal from a really old civilization that died out. And that's why he was able to when he hit his spear and he blocked it with his sword, and they were both like, what?
So does this Ice King dude have a name? Because the internet has dubbed him Lord Coldemort.
No, all we know them as are the others. But
why are they called? They're not White Walkers?
No, the White Walkers are the dead people. No, I'm sorry. I got that backwards. The others are the dead people. The White Walkers are the frozen
frosty
frosty looking dudes.
Dude, yeah. I was never into Game of Thrones, but watching that, I was like, I might jump in. That was pretty interesting.
Dude, it's
how many seasons are there now?
I think this is the 5th.
This will be the 5th. And this is actually the departure from the books.
I wanted to talk to you about that. Do you think that they did that because in the past seasons, going along with the book, they've had to kill all these main characters, and maybe with this season, they're like, hey, we're tired of that, so to avoid killing someone, they're changing it?
Well, I don't think that, because their whole thing is killing main characters and killing off favorites. That's just, if you can't be a Game of Thrones fan and have a favorite character, because they will die. It's assured they will die.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's say I don't know how many books they have.
Right now there are I want to say 6.
Okay, let's say they have 5, and each season follows one book, right? Let's say for all these seasons, they kill everyone, and let's say in season 5, based on the 5th book, let's say in the 5th book, Jon Snow dies, but in the 5th season, they're like, no, we want to keep him alive. That's why we're going to change it.
Well, that's the thing. George R.R. Martin hasn't written his latest book. So, in the books, we don't know, Jon Snow gets stabbed, but we don't know his fate. Whereas in the show, this whole thing with the White Walkers never happened. the scene with Tyrion and Daenerys never happened there, and Jorah and Tyrion are actually still on their way to see her in the books. So basically everything that happened, the only thing that remains the same from the books is Cersei getting locked up and thrown in jail. Everything else is a complete departure.
So
And
what you're saying is
fun.
basically because J.R.R. Martin or whatever, what's his name?
George R.R. Martin.
I'm thinking of Tolkien.
Yeah.
Since George Martin hasn't written this book, the series has surpassed his books.
Yes.
So they don't have
So they have nothing to go on from the books anymore. So they have to literally just like diverge from the original story. Kind of what like Walking Dead did.
That's interesting. I wonder if Dexter did that too, because I know.
Dexter did that hardcore.
I read a couple of the books, and I noticed like they changed a whole bunch of things, but
yeah, after the first book, like it's two different things.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did you want to talk more about that episode?
No, that's all I wanted to get out.
Do you want to? Is there a reason? Do you know why those creatures, the zombie guys, can't go in the water?
No, I don't know. We don't know a lot about them.
See, what I thought was going to happen, I only watched literally the last 10 minutes of it, right? So,
yeah.
I thought the ice dude was going to freeze the lake.
That's what I thought too when he was like doing his thing, and I thought he was going to like walk out into the lake and just annihilate Jon Snow. Right. And no, he did something even cooler, and he brought back all his dead people. And now we know that we are fucked.
So the zombie guys,
Winter is here.
The zombie dudes, do you have to be bitten by one? Or how does that work?
No, you just have to die.
And then you get raised?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Ygritte makes a comment that they should burn the bodies.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Or else they'll come back.
Or behead them or something.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's next on the list? Oh, Jurassic World. Have you guys seen the new teaser poster?
I watched that last night.
Was it good?
Always.
Which one?
The first.
Okay. I just finished the first book.
Oh yeah, what'd you think? Michael Crichton's awesome, isn't he?
Yeah, he was okay. I mean, alright. So my wife was asking me about the book and how if it was different from the movie. I'm like, it's pretty spot on up until the T-Rex gets out. Then the book totally takes a swing and is completely different.
Yeah, like Hammond doesn't make it out of the park.
Hammond is a dick in the book.
Hammond is a dick, like straight up. Especially like once the T-Rex gets out.
No, he basically like he's super greedy, and like in the movie, I'm attached to this character because he's all nice and he's like, "Welcome to Jurassic Park," and he's all like nice about it. But in the book,
like grandfatherly.
Yeah. In the book, he's all like, "Watch your snot-nosed mouth" or whatever, and he's talking to Ian like he's a kid. And
he's more like the lawyer.
Yeah, I guess so. And then like he's basically talking about like, hey, watch it with the T-Rex. You know, he's our most valuable asset. People are gonna come to see the T-Rex. So when you go take him down, don't injure him or her. Rather, they're all girls.
Well, in Jurassic Park, Hammond does have a dark side.
He does?
Yeah, he like when Sam Jackson's character doesn't want to shut the park down, he kind of comes unhinged.
Oh, really? Okay. I guess I never noticed that.
Yeah, when he's talking to Newman there, you kind of get a hint of
and then when they're in the bunker, him and Ian Malcolm, and then all of a sudden the gunshots go off. Remember when he yells Grant, like, psychotically?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have to watch it. I haven't seen it in so long. But, yeah, I will say the book, it was pretty good. I liked the book. There was one thing I wanted to say that I forgot. But what I was talking about Jurassic World was they released a bunch of like teaser posters, and they all like call back to the original one. Like so, like one is like the goggles that the kid wears, when the T-Rex gets out and he's like looking through the night vision goggles. And then like for the trailer, like they even have like the opening narrated by the original John Hammond guy, so that's pretty cool. I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited for it.
Oh, I can't wait. I want a gang of raptors.
That's the one thing I'm a little wary about.
I'm not. It's Chris Pratt. It's Jurassic Park. It's raptors. I'm not worried about anything.
I like Chris Pratt and I like Jurassic Park, and the raptors are kind of cool. You know, one thing in the book is that they like really establishes that like the raptors are like the main villains of the book.
Yeah.
And when I was going back and watching through the movies, like not watching them but like skimming through them, that it seems to be like the raptors are the villains of the movies as well. So maybe they should not have bred raptors.
Well, I saw speaking of raptors, I saw a clip of the movie on Yahoo, and I think Chris Pratt's the only one that can control these things. Because in the clip, a worker falls off the scaffolding above the pit, and in that scene we've all seen in the trailer where he's holding his hand out and all three of them are there.
He's like backing away.
Yeah, well, they drops and he runs in, and everybody's telling him no, and he runs up, puts his hand up in that position, and starts talking him down. And the one on the left almost lunges at him, and he looks over. He says, "I see you over there," and I get back. So I think he barely has control of him.
Wow. I did notice one thing in the book that, not to go back to the book, but in all three movies that have come out, there are various scenes in those movies that all happened in the first book that they cut out of the first movie. So I was like, why didn't they just leave it in like the movie? It would have been amazing.
Budget.
Yeah,
Money.
it's always about budget.
Money.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of budget, I will say for that first movie, it still stands. Like those special effects are so good that like they can pass for today's.
Do you know the what we know as velociraptors aren't actually velociraptors? They're still a breed of raptor, but they're not the
Velociraptor.
the velociraptor.
Or Velociraptor.
The velociraptor, in fact, is about the size. You know Leela, Sean?
Yeah.
The velociraptor is about the size of her.
Alright, so yeah, they're a lot shorter. I guess wasn't it also discovered that they were feathered?
Yeah, they're covered in feathers.
Oh, speaking of that, in Jurassic World, there's the Indominus Rex. He looks like he has some feathers.
I don't know if he has feathers or spikes, but he's got something on him.
Yeah,
I just want to.
They come off like
see how much he can lift, bro.
That's funny.
They're bringing back the original T-Rex, the one we last see fighting the raptors at the end of the movie.
Right.
We get to see her.
I wonder how they're gonna bring that across. Like, hey, remember it got bit right here, so this is the marking to let you know.
Well, actually, that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. They show her scars. And they line up with exactly how it happened.
In this, do you know if in Jurassic World, are they all still females?
I don't know. Probably because they're still doing stuff.
How did they explain it in the movie that they were able to?
Life finds a way.
Yeah,
that's all they say.
Nature finds a way.
Yeah. Well, no, the way that not Hammond, but the way Grant explains it is when he finds the raptor eggs, he says they use the frog DNA to bridge the splicing.
Right, okay.
And frogs have the ability to switch genders when need be to populate.
Okay, alright. I was just wondering because they explained it really well in the book.
Life finds a way.
Right.
But
life finds a way.
If I could throw out my theory, I told you, Sean, since this Jurassic World is a sequel to Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to. That was my other thought. I wanted to be like, hey, Sebastian, weren't you telling me this? Okay, go on.
Yeah. Since it's been confirmed that this is a sequel to Jurassic Park, which throws Lost World, I guess, down the line. But I think it would go Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, and then Jurassic Park 3. Because if you look at Jurassic Park 3, the pterodactyl cage is there, and it's also in Jurassic World. The building structures in 3 are almost identical to Jurassic World. So I'm thinking the island is the other island, is where they built Jurassic World.
Sorna?
So they could...
Sorna Nueblar?
Yeah.
No. It's Isla Sorna and Isla Nublar.
Oh.
Nublar was the first island, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, Nublar
Wait,
was the
so
first.
does Lost World take place on Nublar too?
I can't remember. Maybe then it would go Jurassic World, Lost World, Jurassic 3. No, maybe it does. Maybe it does. They're on the same island.
Is Jurassic World East Lasorna? Is that what your theory
Don't
is?
The movie's not out yet. We don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. So.
But if it is the other island, I may be right.
Right. Yeah, dude. It sounds like a pretty sound theory. Either way, I'm excited.
I know Spielberg. He would want to tie it together in one way, shape, or form.
Again, either way, I'm excited because I love dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
I can't
Can't
get
get
enough
enough dinosaurs.
Just to see ILM come back and do it again, just to see how good they've gotten.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Just because, like, alright, if you go back and look at, like, Toy Story 1 compared to Toy Story 3, imagine Jurassic Park 1 compared to this new Jurassic Park.
Oh, I mean, if
I
they
would see
shoot
it in 3D.
I wouldn't. They didn't shoot it in 3D. A tip for all of you out there: if they don't shoot a movie in 3D, I wouldn't waste your money.
Does that usually mean? Yeah, that usually means that the 3D is depth, not things coming out at you.
It's post-converted, and you never. That's my personal preference. Not to stop you.
I haven't seen a lot of movies in 3D.
I mean, my rule of thumb is if I didn't see a still of a 3D camera on that set, I ain't seeing it in 3D.
Speaking of that, hey Sebastian, will you fill us in on that new camera technology, that 360 stuff?
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I can. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about it.
You go on.
Well, you showed me, so I'm just going. You're my go-to guy about that because I have no clue what. Like, I just looked at it, thought it was awesome.
Right. We all know, VR technology. You guys know that, right? Brian, Jake.
The Oculus Rift.
Sure.
Oculus Rift, all that stuff. Well, YouTube just updated their code for the phone and on any browser that if a content creator shoots it with a 3D rig and processes it right, you can watch it in 3D. So there's this vlogger named Roman Atwood. He's pretty famous. He's one that I saw the other day. You can hold your phone up, and then he's basically holding a stick with a 3D rig on. And as he's talking, you can move your body and move your phone around like you're the camera and look around.
Yeah, it's really cool.
You don't have to look at him.
Yeah.
So you could basically start looking at him while he's talking, and then flip your whole body around with your phone and look at his POV.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
pretty
is neat.
It was pretty bizarre.
Trippy.
It was trippy. It's like, but it was cool because I'm like, this is the future of at least these vloggers, these daily vloggers on YouTube. Once this technology becomes affordable for all of them, that's the future.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I don't know if Sebastian can tell you how excited I was about it. Like, we were walking and I was trying to figure it out, and it finally worked. And I'm like, no way.
Freaked out.
Yeah, I was like, this is the most amazing. I know, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
It is jarring to all of a sudden like watch a video and then all of a sudden turn your body and the whole world goes with it, like how it's supposed to. It freaks you out first time you see it.
There's a cool Avengers battle one that is really cool.
Yeah. The only problem I didn't like with that one is the camera is locked off. So the camera's on a single track running you through the Avengers Tower, and you can look around from that. With this stuff, you don't have you can't move around. You're kind of locked to wherever the camera is.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like
Like a mounted camera?
Yeah, like Google Street View. Like
Exactly.
how you can look all around.
But a video.
Yeah, but a video, so it's moving while you're looking around.
Cool.
I was telling Sean, I think that's going to be the future of cinema. They'll start with like one theater with a bunch of Oculus Rifts, and you'll watch a whole movie that way.
How cool would that be, guys?
That would be. I'd go see that.
But that would be, I don't know, the logistics and technical stuff behind doing a movie like that. Say they do Avengers like 5, like that. That would be nuts. I don't know how you even begin to break that kind of a movie down.
Right. That would be. I don't know if they could do a movie like that.
I don't think.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Like,
Because you would have to think of 360 degrees. So you can't just be like, I'm going to frame this shot and dress this shot.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was thinking. Because when you frame a shot, you think of that one thing, but then it works better for video games, definitely. But I don't know about movies.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some articles like.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying it would be cool, but it'd be hard.
They were doing a war movie in this VR with this technology. I haven't heard anything else about it. It wasn't like a Tom Hanks or anything. It was like some documentary. Documentaries this way would be amazing.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like maybe like it'd be really cool if they had like a one of those like animal documentaries.
Yeah.
Like imagine Walking with the Penguins? March of the Penguins?
Yeah.
Imagine if it was done like that. How cool that would be.
You strap one of these things onto like a RC car and just ride along the line of penguins, and you can just look around as it goes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that'd be amazing.
Have you guys
I don't know. I think I'd be more interested in seeing the RC car next to the penguin.
Well, okay.
Than the actual penguin.
I didn't tell you this, Sean. When you look at that video of that Roman guy's vlog, when you look down with your phone at his hand, it's in like a perfect. You can see his whole hand, like where he's holding the pole.
Oh, really?
It freaked me out because you look down and it's just him like making a circle with his hand.
Wow. Oh man, I gotta check that out. Yeah, the future is now, guys. I'll tell you what. Speaking of the future being right now, how about that Legends of Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Trailer?
Trailer? Yeah, I think it looks cool. You finally get to see the Atom shrink.
Yep.
We get to see Arthur Duvall.
Who's Arthur Duvall?
It's
the time traveler.
What's his name? Rip Hunt?
Yeah, something Hunt.
Rip Hunt? Rip Hunter?
All I know him as is Rory from Doctor Who.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's such a BA line when he's all like, "You guys aren't heroes or villains in the future. You're legends." It's like, whoa. I don't know. Is he Australian?
Survive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I will say it looks pretty cool.
I want to know what's going on with White Canary. And you ever notice how DC does this? Like whenever they bring back a character from the dead, they have their original suit all in white.
I think it's kind of neat.
Like,
I mean, I don't agree with that. I mean, of course, it would work for like Brightest Day, but like,
I think it's a symbolism thing. That's
when Superman came back, he was in all black.
Yeah, when Batman came back, he just looked like Batman.
He wears all black anyway. When Damian came back, he didn't. He wore whatever.
I didn't even know Damian was back.
Yeah, he's like bulletproof now. Remember we talked about that? I never finished it, but yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. What's even cooler is that since it's all tied into the Flash and Arrow, all those characters can all rotate around those shows.
Right.
And
that's what I said. DC is killing the TV right now.
Right, yeah. And that's even cooler because instead of waiting like 2 years to get one movie, you can wait a week and get an hour TV show.
Right? And you have a whole season.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. One thing I'm a little wary about is, I mean, I wouldn't say, the Flash special effects are bad. I mean, they're pretty good. But, in the trailer, when you see that foot come through the roof, that looks kind of dodgy.
That was probably rushed.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool though. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna watch it, but I'm definitely gonna.
The Firestorm character. I mean, I don't watch these shows, so you guys I have nothing. But
dude.
Just the Firestorm looked great. I thought.
You don't think they could do that on Netflix for Ghost Rider?
I don't know. I mean,
it'd be the same effect. His head's both on fire.
Yeah. Then you got like the skull head that has to move, and
if you get the right actor for the amount of money, not to be all businessy, but if you get the right actor who costs the right amount, they would probably be able to pull it off. But if you go after a well-known guy, the money just won't be there.
Picture this: What's
Nicolas Cage doing this day?
yeah? What's Ghost Rider's real name again? Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
All right, imagine this: Sam Witwer as Johnny Blaze, right?
Get it done.
And then
Done.
as Ghost Rider, Doug Jones. He's already skinny. All right.
No. You're wasting Sam's voice talent.
No, he would do the voiceover.
It's already a digital head. Just let it be Sam.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Sam Witwer. We've already
Done.
seen him in a leather jacket. He'd rock it.
Why can't we get him in? He needs to get involved in something.
Yeah. He's
too big. He's
doing a lot of voiceover.
You know where his heart lies? Lucasfilm. They take care of him, so he ain't going nowhere.
Really? I thought he was working on a lot of music stuff now, but.
Well, that's probably side stuff, but Lucasfilm probably pays the bills.
Yeah. He's.
What does he do? Oh, he still does like voices and stuff. That's right.
I feel
Darth Maul.
Well, that show is not on anymore. He's Palpatine,
He's
right?
the Emperor. He's the
Oh,
Emperor.
is he Palpatine now?
Yeah, on Rebels.
Oh, because what's his face died.
Ian
Yeah,
McDermott died?
No.
Yeah.
Ian Abercrombie died for the Clone Wars back in 20.
I thought you were saying Ian McDermott. I'm like,
Yes.
no. You will never know the power of the dark side. You will never know the power of the dark side.
Round of applause.
Sorry, was that good? So yeah, Legends of Tomorrow. I think it looks pretty good. I love the fact that they're expanding this universe. When I first heard about it, I'm like, oh great, this is gonna be lame. But then when I saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, this is.
As soon as you saw that Adam, yo.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Ugh, it drives me nuts.
It's
my
great to
least
see,
favorite character.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Hawk
He's
Girl?
just-
I paused it a couple times. She has the full helmet.
I mean, I'm alright with Hawk Girl if she's like she is from the comics, very like.
Hopefully
You
it'll be
know,
better than what they did on Smallville
dominant.
for Hawkman.
Yeah.
On a side note, have you guys seen that Supergirl pilot?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Ah,
Mm-mm.
it leaked online.
I'm super excited.
I mean, all right. Everybody knows I'm a huge Superman fan. I'm not saying I don't like it, but it hasn't wowed me yet.
It wowed me.
It was.
I was wowed.
I thought it was okay. It was watchable. I mean, I didn't like oh, this is stupid and shut it off.
Is it really like? Is it very like female oriented?
It seems like it has a lot of
it's
nuances.
oriented to its target demographic.
Audience,
Yes.
That just what you just said screams of it was a test group.
Yeah.
Like it was a test grouped to death. I don't know. I haven't seen
Might
it.
have
So
been.
has it been? Do you get that sense?
I get the sense it has a lot of nuances from female type shows, and my only gripe is since it is a comic book show, I wish it was more comic book.
It has a lot of good comic book elements, but it definitely has more of a feministic overtone to it.
Right.
I'll make
But-
a prediction.
But
Can I make a
but since it is Supergirl, I would want her to be more of a role model.
It's either gonna be really great or really bad.
Well, Brian, listen though. You know how like Wonder Woman is always like the poster child is like badass womanhood and stuff. Like why can't Supergirl be like that too? Why does she have to be prissy and princessy?
Well, she's not.
Yeah, she
Is
is.
that how
Remember when
she is
she's
on
Not in the
show?
comics.
A little
Not in
bit,
the
when she-
comics.
yeah, not in the comics, but this is the TV show
Dude.
This is the show.
Oh, this
You
is the
ever
TV
read?
show. Oh,
You
yeah.
guys ever read whatever it is?
Where she dies?
What's the name? Yes. Oh my God. I got Supergirl into that. I was like, whoa. I really like you all of a sudden.
Infinite Crisis.
Infinite Crisis. Or no, it's
Yeah.
Crisis on Infinite Earths. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
I'm
she like
trying to
turns to
find it on
putty
my
or
shelf.
whatever.
See, that's what I was telling Jake. Like, yeah, it's a really cool issue, but doesn't she turn to putty? And he didn't remember that.
Yeah, she turns to putty at the end. Like I
She
think
becomes like a
whoever punches-
shapeshifter.
Yeah, whoever
She's,
punches
like,
her
dead.
like just wallops her, and then she ends up
With Lex.
with Lex.
With Irish
Just,
man
like
looking
clone
Lex. No, what doesn't he have like an Abe Lincoln beard?
Yeah.
Like that.
That's
Yeah,
like the
he's
Death
like
of
an Abe
Superman
Lincoln
saga.
beard and like a fiery mullet.
No, dude, he looks like a lion. He has like a mane.
Seriously. He's all beefed up and buff.
And then like Supergirl, she like shapeshifts and everything like that. The thing I didn't like how like in that Supergirl trailer, like, or rather pilot, like she didn't do anything to conceal her identity. Whereas in the comic, she wears a wig at least.
Yeah.
And then
Well, you know,
Well,
all the
she wears it
super
back.
characters,
I
not
mean-
concerned about that.
yeah. What was that?
I mean, she wears her hair back.
I'm
with
sorry,
glasses.
Jake. I didn't hear what you said.
I said all those super characters, not concerned about concealing their
Oh
identity.
yeah. Well, I will say my favorite part of that
Do you
episode.
Do you think she's gonna be even less bulletproof with her jammies on?
I don't know, but my favorite part of that episode was seeing Dean Cain.
Dean Cain and the original Supergirl.
I didn't know her name, so
Yeah, she was in that too. As soon as I saw
What is
them, I
Dean
was
Cain's
like,
role? Is he her
They're-
dad or
they're-
something?
yeah, they're the adopted
stepdad.
parents. The Danvers.
Interesting.
I really
Love me
like
some
how they
Dean Cain.
incorporate what.
Superman.
Yeah, I really like how they keep him like
That guy.
at an arm's length. Like he's around doing stuff, but
Right.
they don't really like show up.
Well, I get why they did that because it's obviously a Supergirl show. The minute you put Superman in there, they're gonna be like, "Oh, can we see more Superman?"
Yeah.
Yep.
But it would.
Well, they did that with
It was good
Birds
how
of
they
Prey
hid
too.
him. They hid him really well.
I hope they weren't gonna do like a whole Birds of Prey thing where they like showed Superman and then they never see him again.
Mm. Well, the just like I don't know what when I said hid, I meant like they show him, but like it's like, oh, you'll see his arm, and oh, you see him
Yeah.
flying, you see him in the
Or
distance,
like you
see
see
him from behind.
his cape flying, or
Yeah.
you hear his voice and she's like behind him.
Hmm. I don't remember hearing his voice, but the thing I didn't like was the thing at the end with Jimmy, or as he goes by now, James, with
Yeah.
the cape.
I like
thought
how
that
he
was
kept
kinda
calling
dumb.
him the big guy.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Does he still have the signal watch?
I don't know. They haven't touched on that.
That'd be interesting.
I
But yeah,
hope so.
I
That'd
didn't
be
like that
awesome.
whole thing with the cape. Like, hey, the big guy told me to give this to you. I'm like, well, that's kind of he could have done it himself.
Oh, it's made from his blanket.
Yeah, that was a little corny.
You know what I want to know? I want to. Okay, so if Kara, if she went through the Phantom Zone,
Wait,
and she
Brian.
drove this,
Brian, her name is Kara.
Kara, if she went
Christ.
if she went through the Phantom Zone, and she drug this like maximum security prison with her, wouldn't that have some like serious implications?
What do you mean?
Like they're sitting there telling her that her rocket went through a wormhole and she went through the Phantom Zone, and when she came through the other side, she was towing this like maximum security prison
Mm-hmm.
with all these like badass
She was
dudes
towing
from
the Phantom Zone?
yeah,
No, just
she
the
was towing
prison
the
inside of-
Phantom Zone.
Well, dude, listen.
Oh,
they
the
basically
Phantom Zone is not just a prison?
no.
That's 'cause
They were.
you were confusing me with that.
It was a prison within. It'd be like Arkham is inside Gotham. It's like
Heard.
like imagine the Phantom Zone as Gotham, and she just pulled out Arkham with her.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So she
But they're
brings-
basically setting it up for villain of the week.
Oh yeah, it's totally like that you totally know it's a plot device. But if she had brought it through while she was that young, wouldn't there be like serious implications of that?
Like what?
Like
Like
wouldn't
all
it
those
change
Kryptonians on Earth blowing
Yeah, like-
stuff up.
Yeah.
I guess they've been hiding so
Man of
far.
Steel. The movie
Yeah, it-
Man of Steel.
It doesn't
That's
really
the
make sense
implication.
because she's been it says that they've been hiding on Earth forever. Why hasn't Superman taken these guys out?
Yeah, like why hasn't he done something already?
Right.
If he was sitting there looking at this like, oh hey, that's my cousin's ship. Oh, also there's this huge maximum security prison.
Yeah.
Why
So
didn't I just, swing down there, throw this back in the Phantom Zone,
throw
and,
this into the
you know,
sun.
have tea with my little cousin?
Right. That is a huge plot hole.
Superman's an American, Brian. Doesn't drink tea. Just
Whatever.
Yeah.
My Superman's British.
kidding.
Yeah, that is
too.
that is a plot hole if you think about it. Like, why are they waiting
That's
for Supergirl to become a superhero before they come out of hiding?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the point of that? And like their first villain was the lumberjack. I don't know if you guys caught that. Like one of the most obscure villains to have,
Didn't
and
see
it was just like, hey, what's up, lumberjack?
Oh, hey.
Bye, Jake.
Bye, Geeks. Thank you for a wonderful another season. Jake signing off.
That was great, guys. Alright. So do you guys want to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 at all? Like how they showed Rocksteady and Bebop?
Yeah, what was up with that? Is Seamus really Bebop?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, remember they start off as humans and then they get mutated?
Yeah. As soon as I thought that, I was like, that's weird. That is a purple mohawk.
Yeah.
That was cool. I'd rather them be respectful to the source material than be like, it's a Michael Bay production. It could have been way worse.
Crazy worse.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we all saw Revenge of the Fallen. Oh, wait, no, I didn't.
I did, sadly. And halfway through Revenge of the Fallen, I was wondering what is going on.
We all saw that. We all saw Age of Extinction made it into theaters.
I did too. I saw that in the theaters. I said, "What?" Literally a quarter way through, I said, "What? This man gets paid millions to do this?"
I didn't see it in theaters, but I saw that it made it past the whatever.
Yeah, it made it past the studio heads.
Yeah.
I don't think they watched it. They're like, "Put it out there."
Right.
This is gonna make so much money.
Right.
And it did.
We got Mark Wahlberg and Galvatron. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So
can we get The Rock? Can we get him in there? No? Okay.
Right, yeah. Can we get The Rock in there?
The Rock's busy doing G.I. Joe. Oh, I saw San Andreas. That was actually a phenomenal film. It made me want to go watch more Dwayne Johnson movies.
I'm excited for Shazam.
I am excited for Shazam.
I think he's going to be too old before that movie. Watch the wait and delay thing.
Right.
And he'll get too old.
I don't know. That dude is pretty stacked.
How old is he now?
40s?
How old is Wolverine? Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman's like 51.
Dude, he's good. He's good to go.
Well, they both work out all the time. But going back to Transformers, because I was just looking at some tweets while you guys were talking comic books, because I have nothing to say about that. Have you heard about this writing team they've been putting together for the Transformers?
Yeah, wasn't it the writer of Batman and Robin?
No, it's a massive writing team. Like, there's like 9 people on this
what was that?
writing. Yeah, what happened?
Brian, you're making too much noise.
I'm always making too much noise.
Anyway.
It would be the season finale if I didn't make any noise.
Okay, alright.
This writing team is like 9 people. And
wow.
I can't remember who they are, but they are like amassing a redo for Transformers.
Oh yeah, aren't they rebooting it to create a universe?
I think they are. And they're talking about a Bumblebee standalone film and
I'm so tired of these universes.
Beast Wars film.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you said Beast Wars?
I'm down for Optimus Primal.
I'm on board now.
So it seems like Paramount said, well, you know what? We let Bay make 4, and he funded our universe, so goodbye.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm still scared. Unless they get the right director, it will just be another what happened. ILM is great, but this story is
right. Since writing hasn't hindered you, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Sebastian, do you want to cover that one?
Sure. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wrapped up season 2.
I thought they were in season 3.
No, they took a couple big hiatuses, and it kind of stretched it out. And let's see, we wrapped up season 2. When was that? 3 weeks ago, maybe something like that. But the whole story arc was basically about Skye, the main girl from the series start. She basically becomes an immortal. They're going down the not immortal, the Inhumans storyline. They're doing that stuff because I don't think they're allowed to touch anything else on S.H.I.E.L.D. So she becomes an Inhuman, and her mom is an Inhuman.
What's her power?
She can shake things with vibrations.
Awesome.
So
you know what she can do with that, right?
Yeah. Oh,
you know what I mean. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, her mom ends up training her. Her mom has like
she can be Taylor Swift.
Wolverine-esque powers. She can regenerate and all this stuff. And I don't know. It kind of ended on a weird note. Her dad ended up saving her. It was just kind of like, I think S.H.I.E.L.D. overall is flailing. I mean, it's good, but it's just kind of not Daredevil good. Like
I
it
don't
could.
think anything will ever be Daredevil good except for Daredevil season 2.
Yeah, I don't. Well, don't speak too soon. You never.
Yeah, you're right.
You're showrunner and everything. You never know. But Shield is good. I just wish they would tie stuff in more like they did in season 1. Like season 1 was around the time of Winter Soldier, so it tied really well into Winter Soldier, almost perfectly.
Do you think
And
is there as many like Easter eggs in as there is or as there was in Daredevil?
Oh, you mean like references?
Yeah,
Okay. No, not really.
except for like
Coulson's the only kind of mainstay, and that's your only real grounding to the show.
I know they
I
have
mean,
like
the characters.
don't they have like
Mockingjade's on there.
don't they have like a lot of their Easter eggs are for the movies, right?
In the season 1 they were, but season 2 it's really I don't know where it's going. I think it's going to build up to Inhumans. I don't know if the show can last that long to build up to Inhumans. Because we're only in season 2, and Inhumans is what, 2017, 2018?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know if the ratings will survive. So it's like you guys have been saying, DC is just eating up the market on TV for comic properties.
Yep.
So I don't know. Shield's gonna have to do something drastic. They're gonna have to get Robert Downey Jr. and get him on there to get people to watch.
Someone.
I mean, he said he would do it. I remember 2 years ago when the show started on Reddit AMA, someone asked him if he would be on Shield, and he goes, "Yeah, in a minute." You know, the deal.
Well,
they
had
to pay him
Samuel
more.
L. Jackson.
Yeah, Sam Jackson was on there. So
really quick, let's just cover Guardian. And what was the news on Guardian of the Galaxy 2? Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Nothing really.
Nothing. Okay. All right.
Oh no, James Gunn on all his social media. You know, anyone listening, go check it out. It's pretty easy to find. He tweeted the cover page of the script for Guardians 2, and I guess the day after the news was spreading that Chris Pratt had read it and made him cry. So I don't know. It could be good. And James Gunn said it's going to be a fathers and sons kind of story.
Oh,
so
that makes more sense.
It could be good. Oh, one more thing for you before we kind of, I don't know if you want to wrap it up here.
Sure, yeah.
Some Star Wars, if you will.
Sure.
John Williams has begun scoring Episode 7 as we speak.
Yeah.
So, finish line, even though they've got good, 6 months left, I guess. Wow. Think about that. 6 months. That's amazing.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And you said he doesn't reuse things?
No, he doesn't. Like most composers these days will use electronic
he's old
instruments of some kind to sort of mock up their score. He sits there with a grand piano, a pencil, and staff paper and goes to town. So he's old school like that, which is why his scores are the best.
All right. Okay. All right, Geeks, that wraps us our Season 2. Be sure to catch us next season and keep an eye out for all of our, in-between stuff. Like, I'm sure we'll do a couple specials. And yeah, catch you next time, Geeks.
We've got a T-Rex.
Goodbye, everybody. See you next season.
Hey, that looks expensive. Don't touch it.
All right, Geeks, that's a wrap.